amen. Welcome, everyone, to the Freedom-Preneur Show. This is Rhonda Swan. I'm Mr. Right. In fact, I'm Mr. Right for a reason. If anyone knows why I'm just Mr. Right and not Mrs. Right, put it in the comments below. But I want to welcome everyone to the Freedom-Preneur Show, guys. This is Rhonda Swan, the Unstoppable Mama, and I'm doing an actually crazy thing today. I'm hosting from the pool. What a better place than to prove what it's like to be a freedompreneur than to host a show around the pool. So here we are, guys. I'm Mr. Right. I'm actually hearing some feedback. So if our guests they are muted out, that's helpful. Because it looks like we got Mr. Swan there, who is actually in Uluwatu right now. We thought, what a cooler place to be than to show everyone what it's like to truly be a freedompreneur. And Brian is hosting right now from Uluwatu at Blue Point. This is a plug for Blue Point. How are you this morning, Swano?
I am doing awesome. The swell is building. This is I call it the happiest place on earth, and it's not Disney. I got to keep my voice a little quiet here because we got a lot of people eating their breakfast. But I'm excited for the call because this is a cool thing. It's the Freedom-Preneur Show where you're in the pool back about an hour and a half away from me. Jenny, she's over in Australia. I'm here about ready to surf some massive waves, and there's people joining us from everywhere in the world. And I tell you, that couldn't happen when we got started in the online world 10 years ago, and now we can do it. So I'm pumped.
It's actually been 11 now, so.
Oh, that's right. I said 10 plus years, I think.
Yeah, over 11. Show everyone the waves because we've got surfers and we've got people from all over the world that are watching, and you've got the Unstoppable Surfer crew. Show everyone the waves that you're going to be surfing today right outside the corner here. This is in Uluwatu. And if you actually show your computer, you probably can show where I'm at, like right over there. You can see the edge of the island.
Oh,
Other side of the island. I'm on the other side of the island. We're here in Bali, Indonesia. If many of you guys know, most of you guys have been following us probably for many, many years. And we have been traveling now for 11 plus years. So we've got a lot of people that they kind of talk about working online, and they talk about traveling the world, and most of them, they do it a little bit, but a lot of times most people are just hosting or working directly from their living room or their house or in their office. But the Unstoppable family decided 8 years ago to start traveling around the world to live as freedompreneurs. Now, we've been working online for 11 full years, guys, and we've learned a few things along the way. And what most people ask us, wow, that's such a gorgeous view. I know they're like, shut up, Rhonda, let us just look at the waves for a minute. Look at it. How awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Brian. I know you're going to have a great day today. Brian, yesterday, all right, I'm going to open up some transparency here. So, you guys follow us, and this is our family show here. It's about the Unstoppable family traveling the world, and we bring to this show, this is a place where entrepreneurs come to learn and grow. And we bring not only some of the top marketers, interests, but we bring people from all over the world that can add to you and assist you in not only building a business that you love online, but educate you in areas of marketing, educate you in areas of how to live more free, and we want to be a resource for you to do that. But this is so funny. So yesterday, Brian's like, we had to go to immigration, right? Because when you're here in Bali, we have a 60-day visa. 30 days, you get a visa, and then you have to go and extend it for an extra 60 days. Then you have to leave the country. Most people don't know that. We live in the USA, and you can just live and kind of go pretty much anywhere around the world that you'd like to go. You tend to get like a 90-day visa sometimes, so most people don't really think about it because they don't always just live abroad. When you're living abroad, you have to abide by the rules when you're living abroad. There's Buttercup over there. And so Brian's like, oh, man, the waves are going to be so awesome. We're so close to Uluwatu. Why don't I just get my visa and just head on out to Uluwatu? And sure enough, we are all about living our passions, right? And we've got a lot going on. And Brian's like, I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm like, you know what? You definitely need to go. You need to go because we're hosting a show tomorrow. We've got Jenny Jordan is going to be on our call as our guest. I'm going to introduce Jenny in just a moment. She's going to really talk to you guys about really how to build a support system for your business. But Brian's like, I'm just going to go because the surf is going to be incredible. And so sure enough, guys, what a better representation than to have Swano out here and living his true passions, living in Uluwatu, being in Uluwatu right now. I'm hanging out in the pool. I decided just to go nuts and show you guys how possible it really is. I'm literally in the pool office. This is where I work. Everyone always asks, how do you really work? Well, this is how we work. This is my office, and this is how I'm going to go give you guys a little, oh, I'm really breaking some rules. See, there's my preparation. This is my office. This is how I work. I got 2 computers here today. And but this is the luxuries, guys, when you can truly, you not only get the right mentorship, but you get the right program and how to really set your business up for success. A lot of people that work online are selling a dream, but they're really living a nightmare. Because there's a lot of components, right? There's a lot of components when you're starting to build a business, and especially if you want to be a freedompreneur, you've got to get all these components right. And what happens is many people, and I know this because we had the same issues when we started traveling around the world, is there's a lot going on. So when you're traveling, you're not only going to new environments, right? You're trying to figure out the internet. You are trying to work on, the time zones. And when you are building a big business like we are, we're earning multiple 6 and 7 figures, you've got a lot of moving parts, right? So we host a show so we can maintain our values, but then we've got to have sales funnels and emails and video, right? You see all these things that we do, and people always ask me, and most recently, in fact, Tanya Paxett asked me, Rhonda, what if you did a show that shared with everyone exactly how you build your team, how you built your support team, how you actually are able to get so much done, still be a mother, be a 7-figure business owner, host a top show on the internet, and speak live, travel around the world like we're going to Dubai, host events. How do you get it all done? And for many, many years, I was doing a lot of it myself. In fact, I still do a lot of work on my own because I truly do believe that my brand is my birthmark, and everything that I do, say, and touch, it's got to be about me, right? So I like to have my hands in on it. But there's so many different things, guys, that are needed to really make your business and your support system strong, especially if you want to live as a freedompreneur like we do and enjoy the things that you love. Because that's why we actually started doing this, right? It's because we didn't want to be tied to our job. We didn't want to be tied to the weekends. We wanted to actually start enjoying our life. So we explored working on the internet, right? Working online, working virtually. And in order to do that, you've got to have a great support system. So I decided today to bring out Jenny Jordan, who lives in Australia. She's coming from Australia. It's 9 a.m. here for us. It's 11 a.m. for Jenny, 9 p.m. in the East Coast of the United States. And we decided to come together because we've been working very closely with Jenny and her team, and we had this conversations, and we started working together several months ago because many of you guys know Drew Innes, part of the Alliance, the Online Alliance. He recommended Jenny to us because we had been using some other VAs and some other systems, and there was a couple things that were missing. There were some gaps that were missing for me, and that was a lot of the technical side. Getting ClickFunnels, right? So many of you guys have sales funnels. You're like, gosh, we need to get certain things really done and dialed in. And if you don't use ClickFunnels, you absolutely should, because they're one of the best online forms of creating sales funnels that work for you while you're not working and help you really promote your business. Well, there's some technical things that we were missing. And so Drew recommended that we meet Jenny. And so sure enough, I started talking with Jenny and started connecting with her and her group. And one thing that I realized, Jenny, and I'm going to have you coming out here because Jenny's been working on the internet. I'll have you do your introduction, Jenny, but she's the founder and the owner of Need a VA and has been helping small business owners and coaching small businesses and online marketers really how to not only reduce the time that they spend on setting up the structures of their business, but helping live the life that they really dreamed of, and that's why they wanted to become a small business owner. We find many small business owners, there's a difference between being a small business owner, right, and an entrepreneur. Many people, when they're running their small business, they're still dialed to it. They still work. Their face is in it from morning till night. They are the last touch in everything that goes on. And what happens is that big dream that they had turns into a big nightmare, or it's really just like a bigger job than they really set out for because they're doing everything. And so, Jenny, I want to have you come out here, and we're going to go back and forth today because our group is really excited to learn from you and to understand what the possibilities are to not only have a support system, but to have a virtual support system that really can hit all areas of their businesses. So Jenny Jordan, coming out here for the very first time of the Freedom-Preneur Show. How are you today, lovely lady?
I'm very well, very well. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited about the whole thing.
It's great to have you here, Jen. I know you work with a lot of entrepreneurs all over the world. You're not just connected to the Australian market. Share with us how you got started, and kind of what your background is, so everyone understands where you come from. And then we're going to really dig into what are the possibilities of using VAs. We're going to give you guys access to Jenny's group. She's inside of our marketplace, inside of the Freedom-Preneur Academy, and our tribe gets access to Jenny and her VA group. And so share with us a little bit about your background, Jenny, so everyone kind of gets an idea where you're coming from.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to do that. Well, I'm really just like you are, Rhonda. Well, virtually anyway. So what happened is that I had to actually get I was working a government job, right? And I was trying to build the dream in the background. And what happened is that you would just retire. You get home, right? You do all the family stuff. You got you're doing the kids' homework. You're doing the dinner. You're catching up on the chat, and then you retire to the bedroom, and you would virtually take on another job. Why? And there's lots of people like us that are working full-time jobs, and some of them like to do that grind, and we don't worry about that, but they want to do something more. They want extra income. They want the freedom that you so readily promote. Yeah. But the thing is, when you go to your office, you isolate yourself because you're learning, and I was learning really, really constantly. So you become a student, and then you buy the shiny objects, and you know how it goes, Rhonda. You hear it time and time and out. Yeah.
So keep going, because you were working like a normal 40-hour job then.
Oh yeah, and then I would, but in that meantime, I was working the job, and then my husband had a horrific motorcycle accident, which turned everything around. That I no longer had that extra income from him. He was in hospital for 5 months, and I wasn't keeping up with my learning then, because I had stuff happens in your life. So he's getting better, and I'm up at the hospital, and then I'd come home and I'd learn online, and then I said, I'm heading for burnout. I could, how you get that tired that you can cry. That's how you're so worn out. It's just incredible. So I made the big jump to get my own VA. And I thought, this will lighten my load, and I'll be able to cope. But that turned out to be a nightmare too. And this is why I thought you'd go to Odesk at the time, and you put your request in of, I want them to do this and this and this. And then I closed the computer and opened it in the morning, and there was 80 applicants. And I said, my God, I'm turning this into another job. I have to go through the people trying to find the one that's going to do it. And I got a person that I thought could answer all the questions, and she seemed okay, but I just wanted to grab onto it because I was drowning at that stage, trying to get the momentum going,
No, and I've been there, Jenny, and I think many people have done this. This is why it's really important. Because I know Jenny's going to reveal a bit more, but I was there too. I remember the moment when I first it was when I started working online, and I was doing all the research. I mean, literally trying to find someone. You're going through people constantly, and it's like job trying to hire someone, and then you just end up saying, forget it, I'm going to do it myself. But you keep yourself in that same position of, gosh, I can't get all this stuff done. So continue on where you were, because I know exactly a lot of people are watching going, man, So I got this girl, and I had a deadline. I was doing a job for someone, and I was outsourcing. I thought, you beaut, I'm going to be able to outsource it. So this girl, I started to get a bit worried because she wasn't returning any of the work, and I had about 3 days left until the job was due in.
And she was saying, yes, ma'am, I'm right, don't worry about it, but inside I'm saying I'm not seeing anything. And then all of a sudden she wasn't there. She wasn't returning my calls. She wasn't doing I had 24 hours to get this deadline in. And you know, obviously I had to work a lot more hours try to get the deadline over the line. But the fact was that I know now that when they promise everything, that just because they're so poor, they look at it as another source of income to feed their families. But when they can't do something, they're very proud, and they won't come back to you. They'll disappear. And it took me 2 or 3 VAs to find that out. So fast forward then, I decided to go through the process. And the process is that you find a VA and then you train them. You have to invest time in training. And I got one, and I've still got the same one to this day. 6, 7 years later. Yeah. And she works on your stuff, Annalyn. So she's my VA. Yeah. Yeah. She's a sweetheart. And anyway, what?
Yeah. So you were in this. You were in this drowning state, and then just made this decision to really start digging through, and you finally found someone, and thank goodness you still have Annalyn, because she's working on our projects today, and I'm going to share with everyone a bit about what, how we use, the VAs and how we created our support system. And so then you just decided to now need a VA. So how did that go about?
No, what was happening is that in a government job, I became redundant because the departments merged. Yeah, and then I didn't have a job, but it was perfect. It was the perfect heave-ho that I needed, because then I thought I'm going to concentrate on my business. So I've been online for about 10 years, so I know a lot about internet marketing and been with a few companies, but it allowed me the freedom then to not to have 2 jobs, to have the 1 job. So very, very cool. And then I started to invest in myself. I got a business coach, and we decided to need a VA, some about 18 months ago. And we go over to the Philippines and train with them. So we train them, and we're expanding now. And now we've got 9 arms of the business. And but we've invested a lot in the company, because we I don't know if you knew, I hadn't mentioned to you, but they are going through accreditation with UCLA, and they'll be the only virtual assistant company to do that. So
I just love this, Jenny. Let's go back and forth a bit, because I think this is amazing, because entrepreneurs, in the same position. Most people decide to work online because there's usually a need. It's not usually because you're like, oh my God, I just want to learn online marketing so bad. It's usually because we all hit a breaking point, right? Where we're like, okay, wait a minute. I'm in this corporate job. I either become redundant, or I have so many dreams and aspirations that I want to be able to travel, or work on a passion project, or more like for myself, who actually was groomed to be a corporate executive. That was like my style. I grew up going, I'm going to be corporate executive. I want to run, the East or the West Coast of a California department. I want to just be that woman. But what happened that I had a breaking point, and my whole world shifted. And it shifts because our levels and where our age is at, where we are in our lifetime. And I was looking now to have a family. So although I was loving my job, I was looking to have a family, and I had a breaking point because I saw a woman put a child in daycare. And that was the day I realized I need to do something different. Now wasn't craving to work online, although I started to see the trends, because now all these technical things, Jenny, Facebook, the social media, none of this stuff was around when you and I got started on the internet, was it? Nothing.
No, not at all. Right? Nothing.
In fact, I created my very first website. It was like just a WordPress site. All it had was like, I would call it flat website. It just had pictures, some text, and I actually figured out how to upload. I don't even remember the site that I used, was able to upload a video and then embed it. It wasn't YouTube, right? But it allowed me,
Yeah.
it's like an audio acrobat or something ridiculous. And it allowed me to embed a video. So then I realized, wow, okay, so people can start to learn who I was. But the point was, guys, is that none of this stuff was around. You know, email marketing, none of these things were around. But I had that breaking point that made me want to work online. So sure enough, I started, you know, this social media and the stuff started to come out. And Mike Dillard actually wrote the book about attraction marketing. So I started to realize how connection, right, building a list, connecting with people, doing videos was important. So I started to tap in just like you did, started to learn all these different elements of online marketing. And then what happens? The industry blows up, and then we get email marketing, we get Facebook, we get social media, we get all these.
It's crazy.
And then it's websites, it's ClickFunnels, it's funnels, it's YouTube, it's all these different things. Video editing becomes a big deal. And I then, like, whoa, I'm learning all this stuff. And so then we start to travel around the world, and now I've got all this knowledge base, and I found myself the same way, going, I need to find a VA. We were in Costa Rica, and I'm like, I need to figure something out. Oh, same thing. Went online and started looking for people, and I tell you what, it was such a nightmare trying to, not because the people were a nightmare, but because you just don't know their skill level. You don't know their accreditations, you don't know their skill levels, and we have all these needs. You need to find someone that can speak in your voice, that can, you know, be there when you need them, that can create something that, you know, that and get it done in a timely fashion. And I was spending my time, you know, submitting articles and having them write for me, and I'm like, goodness, I sound like I'm, you know, a moron, because the education level is so different. So we always find ourselves in that position, and just until recently, I started digging into VAs. This was over, you know, 8 years ago, and completely stopped. So a lot of people ask, oh my gosh, you have all these people that work for you now, because we probably do. We probably got like 30 people now that are always working on our business. But it wasn't until just recently that I actually really started to trust other people because of this exact situation, which was trying to hire the right ones, and it becomes a bigger nightmare. And so it's really exciting, though, Jenny, because now we've got people like you that are taking the structure from where you know, other people were having to figure it out and train them. You now have trained a group of people that not only have now experiences in online marketing, and that's what I love about your group the most, is that they have experience in online marketing. They understand funnels. They understand email marketing, whereas most of the VA groups, they don't understand all of that. So although I've kept finding a couple good ones, they didn't understand the things that were needed in my business, which is the basics, you know, blogging, understanding how to set up and structure a blog properly, just an opt-in form, right? Creating sales funnels that actually work, right? Writing emails. So why don't you share with everyone a bit, Jenny, about what is it that a online marketer specifically, because most of our people want to be freedompreneurs, so they want to work on the internet, but not all of them do. Some of them are, you know, business owners or doctors, and that there are some things that they come to our academy for to learn that they can apply in their business, but a lot of them are going, I love this, but I can't do it. So we teach them how to do it, but they're like, I need help. So share with what can they expect and get from, you know, your VA group. What can a small business owner, how can they use the VAs to their advantage?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because when you're in a position like you think that you need to know everything, you know, and that's really overwhelming. But what it does when you get a VA is to be able to give some things away. There'll be a lot of things that you don't want to give away, and you'll know that. You already know that you you know, you look at a list of things that you do on a day-to-day basis, right? And then you decide, do I need to touch this, or can it go to a VA? You know, do I, you know, is my time worth $8.50 an hour? And you would say, no way. So you would get rid of that for sure. But the idea behind our group of VAs is to be able to talk to you first we need to know a bit more about your business. And on that call, I would have a project manager with me, and he would be listening and taking notes, because he is the buffer between you and the VA. So he knows out of the nine areas that we've got, which of those 9 areas that you will need to have work done, and he project manages that.
Can you go through the 9 areas so they know?
Okay, yeah, or that there is a...
I know now it's like, oh my goodness.
There's web design, there's lead pages, there's click funnels, there's graphics, there's logos, there's social media, and behind social media, there's not just posting pictures of fluffy cats or cute kids, and there is also a strategy behind every social media that we talk about. It's not enough. You have not got enough hours in a day to do your social media. I don't care how good you are. You can't get across the whole spectrum of social media that you need to do. Then there's article writing, and then we get the then that we can have a social media SEO person go through that and optimize that. They'll put them on your website. They will then syndicate it, and syndicate it means it spread it like seeds across the whole web. What am I trying to say?
You know what? This is really
awesome. I think I've been on your wine. Yeah.
I love this because our group is going to love this. Okay, so you know, yeah. I've been working actually with Jenny. Everyone knows that I teach branding, and that's really something that I'm passionate about. And what Jenny just mentioned is the syndication piece. So let's say you create a brand and you've got this, this message that you want to send to the world. But unfortunately, like Jenny mentioned, it's really difficult on a day-to-day basis to not only stay consistent with your message, but consistent with your posting. What happens is, I have found this myself, is I get completely overwhelmed. So I teach everyone, this is how to stay really organized, is you use the marketing wheel. Right? So everyone that's worked with me in the past understands what the wheel is. And Jenny knows exactly what it is because we've been working together to create a system for our group. So let's just outline what I consider the syndication or the marketing wheel. I love video. All of you guys know this, right? So right now, this show, you guys are gonna be able to watch this in real time. I'm recording this show right now, right? So this is a hangout or a live video. And you guys could be doing your own individual videos if you like, video series. And so we upload this to YouTube. But what we've now are doing is we are using Jenny's team to create our marketing wheel to keep my life simple, because I've been doing all the work, which was shooting the video, turning it into a blog post, creating an intro for the video to make it look super sexy, uploading it to YouTube and keywording it properly, then writing the blog post, sending that out in an email to my list, and then offering it and sending it out to Facebook. That's a lot of work. Jenny, I've been running this marketing wheel almost every day for the last 7 years by myself.
And it's crazy because you've just been our group have just been to Bali with Rhonda and a team there, and they're talking about this wheel, and I'm thinking, what the hell is they talking about? And they're very excited about it. You wait till you speak to Rhonda. So we're talking about it, and all of a sudden your branding is showing up in the Bali people, the mastermind. I've got one of the ladies. She's and this is great. Yeah, Heather, you will call Heather, and her marketing is wearing an Akubra hat, but all of the pictures, she didn't get a chance to do a picture with an Akubra hat, so we've made an Akubra hat, and that's part of her branding that's going on her videos now, so we've got these U-Butte branding videos that highlight her, so that is just, it's just awesome. Love it.
Okay, so in fact, all of you that are watching this, you should have seen the introduction video, right? Did you guys see that video that came out that was on the show before you arrived? If you're watching live, if you're watching this recording, you're already going to see it, because right after this is recorded, the VAs are going to actually upload my introduction, and Jenny's group created that for me. I, of course, shot the video, and then they edited it properly for me, so now I have an intro to all my videos. And and some people might be going, oh no, Rhonda, well, I don't have a film crew like you do these days to help you create these sexy ones. Well, what we ended up doing is we did something also very special. I'm going to have Todd post it in the comment section. It's introduction number 2. And I did this one, Jenny, with Anna Lynn and the VA group to specifically show our followers that you don't have to have a sexy film crew to create a sexy introduction for your videos.
No.
I gave them about 20, 25 different images, and I told them to just bounce them all around, right? Make the images transparent behind a white background, and then quickly with music, bounce the images back and forth and put a lot of great words on it, and then put introduction to the show. And that's exactly what they did. And so now I've got 2 different introductions for this specific show that the VA group created for me. So let's go back to number 1. Shoot a video that you want to share with the world. Then I have an introduction that was made by the VA group. We put that introduction in the front of whenever your videos are. They have logins to my YouTube channel. They're now uploading all my videos to my YouTube channel and my playlist, keywording with the name of the show, the name of my guest, and then we are now turning them into blog posts, because Jenny's group also has a group that can take what we're talking about today, make some highlighted points, and then put them onto my blog. And then, of course, we can put them into our Infusionsoft so they become autoresponders. And sure enough, guys, we take that link from the blog post, post it up on Facebook, and now look what the wheel just did. I stopped working 7 hours a day on my, getting all my wheel done and working on my social media, all the writing and everything. And now I'm starting to be able to go, hang out in the pool for fun, not just for work. But now, guys, we're relieving a lot of, like Jenny said, my time worth $8 an hour. Where the VA group, there's I think we have over, maybe 10 different VAs that have worked with our group, and that's getting done in an hour and a half. There's more people, more arms in business.
Yeah, so it allows you to become more creative, Rhonda. It frees you up. I've got some extra time. I'm actually thinking about my business. Or they can go into your academy and that they're learning something else that they can make money with. That's the whole beauty of having outsourcing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And Jenny, what's so fun about it too is that we've got many people here that are in the academy because they do want to learn. Because I do feel that it's so important for everyone to really learn skills, right? Because if something goes down and you don't really know how to do it at all, that's why we have the academy in place. Because I want people to really learn the skills, but then know when they get to a point where there's either too much or they haven't quite learned that skill yet on their own, and they really need someone to be able to do it for them. You can now take to using the outsourcing group, because honestly, guys, if you're not taking your business seriously and learning some of the components that you need to know, then you're going to find yourself lost. But there's so many other elements that you can outsource. And so Jenny's group is really, you guys have really transformed the way that we do business. So you said a couple things, Jenny. I'm going to show everyone how they can get access to you. Your group, go ahead. Did you want
Yeah. I was just going to say, if you can, that damn dog, you can tell it's live, and the dogs are yapping in the background. But I can tell you something, and you would relate to this, and everyone that comes online, there is so much to learn, and I am not technical at all. But you take 10 years back, and I was learning HTML, which I've never used to this day, and then FTP, and all these things that I thought I needed to know. I don't need to know how to use these at all, but I would cry. I would get so frustrated, I'd cry. How ridiculous is that? We cry and I can't do this,
Put my own blog together, WordPress blog. And I literally sat for days. Brian remembers. We were living in Tahoe, and our Unstoppable Family blog, in fact, we're redoing it now, and I've got another blog coming out now, and I was like, I can't even figure out how to put a headline on this thing. It was a nightmare. And understanding how to embed a video. Some people are like, oh, you have all these amazing videos in your blog posts. I'm like, well, that's easy. You just grab the embed code and you just toss it on. And then I was, oh my gosh, not everyone even understands how to do this. And the type of little things, these technical things that someone else knows that can just make blog or put your presence or your brand in front of more people that you don't even have a clue. They can give you these ideas like, oh, we could do this.
Yeah, yeah, and then you spend ages tweaking and make sure it's the right color, wasting time to do it, and people that don't care, but you would feel stupid, and that's how it made me feel. You get onto a forum and you'd say, I can't do this. Oh, it's easy. Well, it might be easy for you, but I was really struggling with it at that stage. So I don't do any techie. I'm not a tech head at all. So they do all that.
It's so funny to hear her say this, right? Because here's Jenny, who runs the the VA groups, and although I know how to do it, it's the stuff. I mean, I love teching around, and I do love ticking around because for me it's a lot of fun to be able to move stuff around. And so I was finding myself doing just that because I was enjoying it, but then I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not even going out. I'm not even taking a jog. I'm not, because I'm digging so deeply into making sure all this stuff is working. And now, what we're doing, Jenny, is we're really getting very detailed in the way that our sales funnels work. In fact, many of you guys came onto this call and you opted in. Now there's this live show page link that got automatically delivered to you via ActionEdX in ClickFunnels. But I also had the ability to give you guys an offer. If you remember, you logged in and I said, hey, wait, I've got something for you. I want to help. I want to invite you to learn more about our Freedom-Preneur tribe. And then there at that point, I was able to give you guys the option to join the academy. Now, if you think that I technically put all that stuff together and delivered, if you guys invested in and spent the $47 to get access to our full academy, which has over 96 hours worth of not only training, but access to our marketplace, access to all of our top coaches that we have all over the world in Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, showing you guys how to do this stuff, but more importantly, how to reach out to us so we can help coach you in building your business. That's what's in the academy. Now, I didn't set all that up. In fact, well, we did for a while.
The pool.
I was ticking around with this specific sales funnel for a while until we said, okay, we can't figure it all out. Jenny, who do you have? And she's like, oh, yeah, we've got Janelle. We're like, oh, my.
Yeah.
Blessings. So what I'm saying for a reason, everyone, because I want you guys to see what happened for me. I'm being always the most transparent, especially when I bring our guests on. I want you guys to know of the trials and tribulations I've gone through. And when you see stuff that I've got, chances are it's because I wanted and I understand the workings of it, but now what I just recently did is went, okay, I want this sales funnel to work out perfectly. And if you don't own ClickFunnels, you guys got to get it, because ClickFunnels is a powerful way. It basically is taking up everything that we need for online marketing, which is funnels, emails, autoresponders, everything all tied into one. And I couldn't figure it all out. We couldn't figure it all out. So sure enough, Janelle, who's probably watching on the line, she's like, oh yeah, you just gotta make sure this works and this works. So, but if you guys see this, if you love how this is working, it's because there's so many different things now that are available, not just for online marketers, but you can create sales funnels for your personalized business, and you don't have to be the one to figure it out. ClickFunnels is incredible, and they know how to set it up, and they got it pretty much ready for you, but there is so much technical stuff that's involved in building these sales funnels, and this is now why we have Jenny on the line, because people have been asking us, Jenny, how is it that you guys get it all done? And I got to be honest, lately, I'm handing it off these days. And Swan, I want you to come out, because I know Brian wants to come out, because he's been working really close with Janelle, and even so, we've been building for weeks. One of the Freedom-Preneur sales funnels that all of our lifetime members get, where they're going to be able to have complete access to everything that we offer. And it's kind of becoming a bit of a nightmare, hasn't it? You're ticking around figuring it out, and finally you're like, I'm just going to reach out to Janelle.
All right, I'm unmuted now.
Yeah.
All right, now, and it was funny because when you were mentioning Janelle, 5 minutes before, we have this funnel set up so it's easy to follow, right? But there's a lot of intricacies behind it and stuff that I'm just figuring out. And 5 minutes before, I'm like, wow, it's not going to the live page. Why isn't it working? Janelle, hey, help me out. Where are you at? She goes, I'm out and about. Can I help you? And it was one of those things that where it's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to get a hold of somebody 24/7. So I was trying to get a hold of ClickFunnels support. And it's in the, it's late night there, and it's like, and and Janelle's in Australia, and she's helping me out. Oh, this is working. Okay, we can do this. And it's one of those things where you're like, all right, I'm not just in it alone here. Now we can have something to where I have to say the thing when you're talking about, Rhonda, about having this call. This is the perfect example, being able to have this call, having then the system be able to upload it, keyword it. I mean, that took us hours upon hours, and it made us nutty because then Rhonda would be doing it, and then I would be doing it, and then we'd start having arguments because we're not going out and going running, and we're not going out and surfing. So these are the sort of systems that you actually have to put in place. And now, even though I'm working right now, I get to see my favorite place, and then I get to surf afterwards. That is the thing, and it takes a lot of time, actually, that handoff, like genuine, because it's your baby, and you're like, oh, I can't trust anybody else to do it. Because if you have somebody that, it can get more frustrating with the wrong virtual assistant than like, okay, I'll just do it myself. But you have to go, in order to get from that self-employed to a business owner, you have to leverage the work of other people so you can be a business owner. And a lot of people don't think that it's possible or it's too much work, but you got to do it. It's just the only way. And then you have more free time to do the things that you really want to do. So,
yeah.
Well, we're very transparent always. I want everyone always to know that we are always so transparent. And people are like, oh, you're Wonder Woman. I'm like, oh my God, but Wonder Woman's starting to get old because she can't do it anymore, right? And so the transparency becomes very real, guys, is that we got into this industry, we became business owners so that we can actually live our life. And the difference between being an entrepreneur and or self-employed and a business owner is that you're able to build on your business. You're able to leave your business if you need to, and your business still works. See, this is the values. You can either be self-employed and be your face down in it, which I have been self-employed for a very long time, and I was proud of that. And then I decided to become a business owner and to put systems in place, to connect with the right people, to have someone like Jenny's group, who Jenny does all the hiring. See, Jenny, this is something we didn't really discuss as much. You are the one that you screen them. They all sign NDAs before they can work with anyone, and they are also being accredited in UCLA. I have never heard that before in a group, so you're doing something that is so much bigger than I think most VA groups. And the difference, what I love about your group too, Jenny, is that they understand online marketing. I worked with the other groups and they didn't get it. I was having to teach them, and they didn't understand social media. They're like, well, you can teach us. Can you give us your training how to use Instagram? I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be tough. So share a bit about that, and then I'm going to introduce you guys how you can find Jenny, in all the details.
I'm glad you put that up. Because communication is heard differently for everyone. I say something to my US people, and they say, "What do you mean?" And even we speak English well, but if you can take that to a VA, that they are highly educated. Most of them have degrees that work with us, but English is their second language. So when we are giving them instruction, and they won't mind me saying this at all, Rhonda, because they are the worker ants. They are the busy bees behind the scenes, and because people make a mistake, say, "Oh, thank God, a VA," and blah, they spew. You can do this and you can do that, but what we need to do is to break it down into tasks, and that's why we have a project manager there, because one VA won't do all of your work. And that's why we've got 9 different sections. But if you are a business owner, you don't want to be speaking to 9 different VAs. That's why we have a project manager there. But when we speak to, when the project manager speaks to the business owner, they will actually speak to them once a week on Skype, and they will be there to give their reporting. But when you want a task done, the best way to do it is to break it down into dot points. Don't give the airy-fairy, I've got to give it there on Monday because it's going to make my boss happy. You don't give you just succinct Points. And if a video, you can do a video, and you are great with that. You give little videos, a jing video, and you point it out. So if they don't get it, they can actually go back and watch a video. Brilliant. And
well, it is, and Jenny, this is so fun because and this is just becoming. It's just taking my strong suits, which are my creation, my ideas, right? I love to shoot my videos. I love to do shows like this and bring top people to help. But it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to just sit and type. What would you think if I just said, hey guys, okay, this is what I need. We need to do something like this and this and this and this. She's like, that's perfect. So now we've got a Skype group, and I say, hey, Annalyn, okay, right now they've been working on my intros for this show, right? Gave them everything that was needed. It's okay. Todd, who is our right-hand man, if you guys know Todd, makes some noise. Todd is absolutely amazing. He is humble, and he's always behind the scenes, but he makes the Unstoppable family, the Unstoppable, the Academy, and our whole Unstoppable brand and Freedom-Preneur brand work, because Todd is like the glue to all of it. But more importantly, Todd's now able to do the things that he's good at, because Todd was losing in translation with me, and he's going from me to them, and where Todd is really working on making sure the Academy works and you guys are taken care of and the things that you need are handled properly, and that our Share the Love affiliates get paid, which most recently has been paying people out just for sharing the love. But now Todd's able to do things that he's good at. So I said, Jenny, what if I just shot a video for you? She's like, that'd be perfect. So sure enough, now we've got a Skype group. I'm able to say, this is what I need. And every day I'm getting something new, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not even ready to get this stuff out to the world yet. They're so fast. Right? So this is a big problem to have, where you need something done and it gets done so quickly that you're not even ready to produce it out to the world yet. To me, guys, that's pure freedom. And that's really the whole motto of living as a freedompreneur. It's to have an idea, have a passion or project that you want to be able to share to the world, but allows you to create that project, create those passions, whether it's a blog or whatever you want to get out to the world. It's a program, a product. See, a lot of you guys have products in you. You've got books in you. You've got ebooks. You've got something that you want to share to the world, and many of you are getting stuck. You're like, oh my goodness, I'm really, really stuck. I don't even know how to get this stuff out to the world. Well, now what you can do is start tapping into these resources that we have in our Freedom-Preneur Marketplace. What we've done is we've not only created the Freedom-Preneur Academy, so you guys can be part of our group, be part of this movement, where you get, firsthand invites to our next events, where you're really able to not only allow us to fully create a business in a box for you if you have an idea or if you have a passion, but to really truly connect with the right people. In fact, on the right-hand side, guys, I have I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I have a giveaway that we're offering, a giveaway to do our next event that's coming up in Dubai. But what we wanted you to do is be able to learn how to tap into the right resources. So within the Freedom-Preneur Academy, we created what's called the Freedom-Preneur Marketplace, which are trusted resources, trusted services and products and people that share the same values as we do as Freedompreneurs, as the Unstoppable family, and you guys are able to get access to them within our marketplace. And on the right-hand side of this page, if you're on the live page, you'll be able to get access right now directly to not only connecting with Jenny and her team, because you may have some needs where you're saying, okay, I've got some needs. I need some help. I need to get a sales funnel done. I need a new blog put together. I need this put together. You can tap into our marketplace and find out, and those that we recommend. And most of the people that we recommend in our marketplace have been working with us in our Freedompreneur tribe for years. They've not only been learning from what we teach, but now they've been able to create and build their own individual busices, like Stephen Moody, who does all of our t-shirts, right? Stephen Moody's in the marketplace. Bernie Martin, he's now creating his own Facebook program product. You're able to use Bernie's services on how to market your business on Facebook if you're unable to do it or you haven't learned yet. And Regina and Mike, who teach inside of the Academy how to use Instagram, they also have a jump starter program inside of the Academy, but then they have the boot camp, which really teach you how to scale it up and automate. There's so many different programs and products, but these are people that are coming inside of our academy and our tribe that have worked with us, been to our events. Now they're speakers that you guys are able to tap into. And more importantly, Jenny's group is inside the marketplace as well. So you can go get access to Jenny. So Jenny, what would be the steps that they would have if they go into the marketplace, they click on the button there that says, they connect you directly to you. What is the process you go through? You do a call?
Yeah. We just connect. We would say, when's a great time for us to connect on Skype? And it's as basic as that, is that we get a Skype time and we bring in the project manager that will be looking after, so they can take notes and listen in to the call. And all the time what he's doing is he's putting together a plan, a basic plan of the steps that they're going to be going through with each different VA. But what happens then, after we've got to know the business and what their goals are and what they want us to do, we then send them a to-do list so that we can get the work back, so that we can start making it happen. And what happens is that it goes out to the VAs, and it may be go over the whole 9, or it may be just, I'm doing the Australian salute here, the flies. What happens is that it'll go out to the VAs, they'll do the work, they'll come back through the project manager, he will check all the work, and then he will write a report every night to send back the work to your tribe. So.
Well, and it's so great because they're incredible the work that they've done. And so now, guys, if you on the right hand side, you'll see I have a button that says get access to the Freedom-Preneur Marketplace, and you'll be able to be directly connected on Jenny's page if you want to get this first connection and start tapping into the resources. There is a link there that links you directly to Jenny. She shows you exactly, I buy hourly blocks, right? And so we're able to get access to them whenever we need them, and you just buy on an hourly basis. Is that right, Jenny? We kind of buy in a block?
Yeah. The blocks need to be used within the month, though. That's really important that they know that, because it doesn't roll over, because those hours are paid for VA's wages, and if I don't pay them, they'll go off. They need to feed their family, so it needs to be consumed within that month.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
On average, then, Jenny, what do you charge about on an hourly basis? Kind of what can they expect on an hourly basis, so we can kind of get an idea
of what they can do, or what they cost?
Just so everyone knows, they're like, what are the prices? On an hourly basis, what are they paying about an hour for the VAs?
Yeah, well, there's different types of VAs too. There is the technical ones with the webs and the coding and things like that. They are a different rate, but normally it's around about $8.50 an hour that we work on US dollars. So. Yeah, that's basically right. Although, when you're using, say, Janelle, well, Janelle's not a $8.50 VA. She's a specialist of what she does. So that you would pay the rate that she would work out for you in her block as well.
And this is important to know that this is the question that comes out for everyone is, and just as an example, so I just got a report back, and it was like an hour and 30 minutes that was used, and I literally got like 6 or 8. I got all my introductions created. There was like 3 or 4 different new introductions that we're going to be testing. You guys will all start to get to see it. And then I had like these of my shows, intro, outro. So guys, this is the kind of, now you're starting to see what it is that can get done for you, and now you can actually start to say, okay, what is my time worth? My time is worth certainly a lot more than that, but this is why but what we're doing as Freedompreneurs, we're also able to now employ others in other countries that have invested in their own education, and now we're able to employ other people, and that's what I love, Jenny, is, traveling around the world. Brian, myself, in our tribe, we contribute to the countries that we live in, right? We give back because we're living in their area, but now we're able to know that by us creating our own individual business, us taking our passions and bringing it to the world, we're able to employ other people. So now this incredible group, they're able to feed their families, and they're working virtually, whereas that maybe they could never even earn that type of a wage in the country that they're residing in. Right?
They do your heart in, because we were sorry, I'm getting this feedback. We were over in the Philippines for a whole month with them, and we took them out for dinner, and and we spent a lot of time bonding with them, and they are mini entrepreneurs. You know, not like online. They want to grow. Get chickens, for instance, or they want to be able to, some of them feed their extended family too. So they gave us heart-rendering speeches after we left. And I was crying, you know, just because they are so passionate about the job that they do. They are so loyal to the clients. They only want to please them. And, you know, that's something that I found out as an entrepreneur, is that that you wanting to give back to them. You know that my job in particular too is that every payday that I feed 30 families. You know, I feed their families, and that drives me more, because you're giving back. You know, obviously I'm making money, but I'm giving it back by giving them constant employment, and they love it. They are so, as I said, they were so loyal. They would do anything for the clients to make them happy.
And they do. I mean, they truly do. This is, guys, this is what it's about, right? This is what our values are in our family, within the Freedom-Preneur movement and the tribe. It's about creating better lives for more people. It's not just about let us teach you how to build your own online business. It's look what more you can do by taking your passions, what you believe in, and actually putting it out to the world, because now it's a butterfly effect. Look at now what we get to do. Certainly, we're talking about how you guys can, you know, reduce your time, but more importantly, it's look at the lives that you're able to change by not only sharing what you have inside of your soul, right, helping other people, but now we get to bring this butterfly effect to the world and provide jobs. You know, that's more importantly, what I love the most is being able to help more families create a better life, help more parents get back with their children so they're not working 10 hours a day, they're not stressed out, right? And and seriously, I leave my job to work so I can be home with Hanalei, and I was finding us traveling, and I'm like, I am overwhelmed, right? So this beautiful dream that we created can also still turn into a nightmare unless you become aware, and then unless you connect with the right people that can help you take your business and reduce those hours so that your time is for building your business, creating, and still living your life, and in return creating more jobs for more people around us. Jenny, it's a perfect combination.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this will sound funny to you, Rhonda. By working less, you will make more. And that has been shown time and time again. Tim Ferriss, 4-hour work week, he didn't start to turn the corner until he started to work less, because he was farming out all his work. And you know, and if people continue to try to absorb all of their training and doing it themselves, their business will flatline. It won't take off in the way that they had imagined. So,
and we see that often. I mean, here we are. We've been hosting events now for almost 3 years, and every 3 months we host an event. And so certainly we give everyone the tools. But now what we're moving forward is really all of our events are about fully outsourcing. They're about helping someone build a business, whether it's a business in a box style where we help them productize, right, what they already currently have, or help them, which is why we have the relationship with Drew and the Alliance, help them add on additional business and income streams into their current businesses. But now all of our events are about fully outsourcing. Jenny, the last event that we had here in Bali was about building a business in a box. It was people in so they can connect with us, and all we did is help them set up the structures. Because why? Who did all the work in advance?
Yeah, we did.
So let's see. Let me give you guys an example. We had 10 people there. Ebooks were written. Sales funnels were created. Blogs were created. Personal branded assets were created before they even arrived. And Jenny's group had a hand in every bit of it.
But they were but the people, you know, they were going to Bali and they were thrilled. And I was hearing online how much impact that you had with your branding to them, and they're all excited. But you know, like a lot of the events that I've gone to, that you walk away, oh, that's great, and then 6 weeks later you're back to square one. These people hit the road. Yeah, they hit the road running. You know, that's cool.
Well, and that's the thing, because what happens, you get overwhelmed. You're like, oh my God, I got all this information inside my brain, but then you have to go home and implement it.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago, started saying our events are about implementation. They're not just about coming in rah, rah, rah. They're not about coming and just learning everything and then figuring it out on your own. Now we are setting the structures in advance. We fully say, okay, this is what we're offering. You get a full business structure done. Already the assets are done, so when you arrive, you open up, you've got your fully customized sales funnel done and ready for you. Your ebook is done and ready for you. You get to tweak it as you want. You get all your fully branded assets so that when you arrive, we're implementing, but then you are now able to create and build, and we're giving more ideas of this is the way now to build new income streams. This is the way that you can get yourself out to the world in a bigger, better, bolder way, and it's fully outsourcing. It's understanding what you can do.
And I loved it because the business was so varied. It wasn't a cookie cutter, you know, here we go with internet marketing, we're going to do this. You know, we had chiropractors and doctors and, you know, people wanting to invest in their passion, you know, that they were able to get those dreams into reality. And I felt that I had a heart in it, because I knew that it was giving them freedom, and you know, and they were so excited when they got back. You know, they were excited because you know, that they had something physical, but they were able to know about your wheel, for instance, you know, and that's made it all that.
What makes it so incredible is that now what they were able to do, though, is everything was ready for them. Now their ideas and their creativity is pumping. So now they can shoot videos and they can start inspiring, connecting with more people based on the passions that they've got or what's the voice that they've found, instead of focusing on what am I going to do and how am I going to get it done. Everything's ready for them, so now you can create. And that truly, guys, is where we're going. That's what this Freedom-Preneur movement's about. It's about creating a life that you love. It's about resources that you need and outsourcing so that you can still live the life that you love, so you can inspire more people to do what you're doing, or to work with you, or you might have a product or a service that you need to offer, but instead of you just figuring out how to market it, you're actually creating the product and the service better. And to me, guys, that's what makes us valuable in the marketplace, because in order for us to be chosen not just by price, but be chosen by value, to be able to name your own price, it's because you are always thinking of ways to add value to your product, to your service, and you're not just being the one that's doing all the work. And this is where we're moving forward to. So with that being said, guys, I know we've been going for about an hour, and I thank you all for watching. We are going to be announcing our next event. That guy.
I was trying to raise my hand. No, and you know what? And this is, and so you guys were hitting upon that mastermind. Just today, we just took on a client, and these guys have no online experience. These guys are actually Canadian doctors, and what's interesting on how we're taking them on, and this is going to be a full-on campaign, from blog design to campaigns, quizzes, like the SEO, you name it, autoresponder emails. They personally, as doctors, they don't have time to learn this. They know they can't do it, but and here's one, why are they choosing to work with us? Because they like the way that we market online, and they know without a shadow of a doubt, versus going to a regular agency of like, okay, we're going to do some print media for you, and then we may get you a blog, and who knows, we'll get you a Facebook fan page. No, they've already seen how I connected with them. And here's this. I want you guys to think about this. So this is out of the, let's say, online world of making money, and I want to just have a blog and create my own products. They have a big project. I can't go into the details of what it specifically is. I'm under an NDA on that. But here's what it is that they've seen, and this was the sticker, when I asked her, because we had this discovery call strategy session, And I said, do you remember how you found us? She goes, I don't know. I was doing something, and then I came across this like perfect day. I'm like, maybe, because I know what keywords we're using. I go, maybe you were looking at Wayne Dyer or The Secret. That was it. Oh, so now the fact that you got pulled into that, you got to go through one of my marketing funnels. She got to see, she liked the style of that. She related that, holy cow, I can now take what we're doing, okay, keyword that, and then, you know, and then go out on the social media market and take it by storm. And so it's like a year ago, they probably would have never even thought this was possible, but now through the social media and all the virtual assistants we have, people like us in this online world have a service to offer. And I don't know, so this just happened today, but, you know, total different realm, but that's, you know, where we're heading as well and what we can offer. And it's not going to just be me, it's going to be our team. They go, what's the next step? I go, I gotta meet with my team today, my tech team, design team, and then who's my point person to contact you back, because I'm the contact person in the middle there. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's powerful to the, you know, expansion of what things happen, you know, how things start to work. And when you do have a trusted resource and, you know, someone that you know that is going to get the work done, and that's to me the most important, because I think, Jenny, what happens too is, you know, it's like that ball drop where you're like, you know, as your own small self-employed, you know, business owner, you want things to get done properly, and you need to know that you can rely on people. And so that's where the direction that we're moving, so that we know we've got tried and true people that we can trust. There's no balls that are going to drop here, and that if a ball does drop, someone does take responsibility for it. And I think that's the gap that many people see, is that they might hire someone out, but they really don't care. They don't really necessarily care, and there's no one that's holding them, you know, accountable. And now we're able to help provide this service, make more people accountable, so that you can get more stuff done and you can start creating inside of your business. So, and really help your business grow. And that's what we're looking to do in 2016. The goal is for everyone to double their business revenue in 2016. And you can't do that on your own. You have to be able to do that when you have the right people. And so we're our next event that is coming up, we will be doing and hosting the Business in a Box event. I mentioned this when I was on a webinar with Drew yesterday. We will be having our next event July 1st to the 5th. You guys will learn more about that very soon. It's going to be here in Bali. 10 very special people are going to be able to stay in one of the most beautiful homes here right on the beach in Bali, Indonesia. And we're going to be, now instead of just working on the technical stuff, we're actually going to be filming and allowing you guys to really get this type of filming, these introductions and these videos that we get to use. You're going to be able to implement them for your own personalized business as well. Come meet us here for 5 days and 4 nights. Get not only the Unstoppable experience, but truly live like a freedompreneur, and allow us to help you build your business that way. And then even more importantly, if you notice on the right-hand side, guys, I decided to do something crazy. We will be having an event in November in Dubai, and I'm giving away a free seat. If you join us and register your application, on the right-hand side it says Meet Us in Dubai. You go through an application process, and you're going to get access to really learn what we teach and what we believe in. You have to be someone serious, so don't just apply thinking it's a lottery ticket. This is truly a way for us to look at you, a passion or something you may have, and help you build your business. And if you are someone that's really serious, we want to allow you to get an opportunity to join us as our guests in Dubai in November. That's going to be an event like no other that I've ever put on, but we're really planning for it, so it's going to be powerful, and we want to help you guys start today getting there, so when you arrive, we can really turn it on. So with that being said, guys, Jenny, thank you so much for being here, for being part of this incredible tribe that we have, and just really sharing what you're passionate about, and really bringing your family, your Need a VA family, into the Unstoppable family and our Freedom-Preneur tribe. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun, and I just love what you guys are doing, and I can't wait for your next event.
Yeah.
And well, you got to tell me about that mug, Mr. Right. I've been worrying about that all the time.
We have Swan tell about what this is like. Because we have this funny thing that goes on in the house. Okay, I remember what this thing's. Everything that we do, we just like if we had we should have a crew times. We really need our own reality show because it's so ridiculous.
You know what? You know what I just realized? I should have had a virtual assistant be able to take care of my duties for this mug today.
Are you kidding? This is I get to wake up every morning, and all right, so when we first moved here, I had to go out shopping for, whatever little things that we needed, and there was really no mugs in this house. So, of course, here in Bali, there's just all kinds of random stuff all the time. So I pick up just random things. So they found this Mr. Right mug. And so whoever got the Mr. Right mug in the morning, that was like the special one. It was like, your day. You got the Mr. Right mug, because we had some other ones that were just hilarious. And we had a big group that was staying with us here. Regina and Mike and Nathan were all here, and Todd's at the house. We had this big, huge house here at our last event. And so whoever got the Mr. Right mug was like the special day. Well, now that everyone's gone, and this has become my mug, I wake up every morning, and Brian actually crafts the mug. Why don't you share it, Brian, so I don't tell what you do. Pretty funny. You're muted.
Sorry about that. And you said I crashed the mug?
Craft it.
I crafted. So for Rhonda, I wanted to do something special. So we have our whiteboard and we have our markers. So one day I just put an S in front of the right after the Mr. So it's Mrs. Right, and I put it on both sides. And then it kind of took a shape, a form of its own, and I did a little bit more design one day, and then it was one of those things. It's our morning ritual. So it's like me giving a flower to my lovely lady. Instead, I draw little pretty pictures on.
Every morning. Right. This is what's so funny. Why today is Mr. Right.
Yeah, I'm not there.
And my own mug. It's so weird. But I really did this not having my Mrs. Right mug in my creation. I woke up and came downstairs. I'm like, my mug, Mr. Right. So, Swano, you are missed. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to be Mr. Right today. And, there you go. That's what it's all about. But that's the fun things that you do for each other when you get to work, in the house. And your office is just as close of walking down the stairs. So, all right, Jenny, thanks again for being here. We're really excited. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of people, coming in, finding you, because on the right-hand side, don't forget, it says get access to the Freedom-Preneur Marketplace. That actually takes you to Jenny's page in our marketplace. She's got a link there. We'll link you right to her page. You'll be able to, send them an email and get that first strategy session or some needs that you have. And, of course, you can ask questions inside of our private Facebook group. Our group is amazing with thousands of people in there, interacting, sharing best practices all the time, asking questions. Jenny's popping in and out of there whenever she can. And, guys, this is what it's about. It's about building your future so that you can live the life that you truly love, and that's what Freedom-Preneuring is all about. So look forward to seeing you guys in the next show. Hope you enjoyed it. And, as always, be unstoppable.